Alright guys, welcome back to this learning module. Today we're gonna take a look at how do we analyze our number of employees by the age grouping. Alright, so right now let's right mouse click on the number of employees and hit on properties. We're gonna copy the expression here, hit on OK, and let's right mouse click and we're gonna create a new object. And we are going to create a chart object. Okay. Next, we're going to create a bar chart here. Let's hit on next. And we're going to search for the age in years. Okay. Now, let's double click on it. And let's go to the next. And let's paste the expression that we have copied earlier. Let's hit on OK. Hit on finish. And right now, we can see there are a lot of individual bars that has been created here. Now this is because most of the employees are in a different age. Okay, so what we can do here to classify our age so that we can have a more consolidated view is to create age groups. Okay, so let's right mouse click on here, go to the properties, and let's go back to the dimension. Let's hit on the edit button here. Okay, now let's add in a square bracket here, and we're gonna add in the class function. Okay, and here we can take a look at the parameter that we required for the class function here. So the X here refers to the field here, and the class width, let's add in 10 here, so that we can have a class with the interval of 10 here. Okay, now let's hit on OK. Hit on apply. Let's hit on OK again. And right now we can see our chart here is represented by the number of employees that is residing within the group age here, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to rename our expression here. We're going to rename it by age group. Okay. Now let's hit on apply. And let's go to caption, and we're gonna uncheck show caption. Okay, now for this, let's resize this a little bit. Okay, and the next chart we're going to create is the number of employees by the salary groupings. Okay, so let's copy this chart over here, and we're gonna right mouse click, go to properties, let's go to dimension, let's edit the dimension here. We're gonna change this dimension here to salary. Okay, let's hit on OK. Let's hit on apply. And right now we can see we still have many of groups that has been identified here because the interval is too small to notice a significant difference within each of the groups, right? So we need to increase the interval so that we can have a more generic view of this chart here, right? So let's hit on edit. I'm going to change this interval to 10,000. Okay. Now let's hit on OK. Let's hit on apply. And yep, there we go. This is our number of employees within each of the pay groups. Okay. So what we can do next is let's go to expression. We're gonna label this as by salary groups. By salary group. Okay. Let's hit on apply, and let's check on the value on data points here. Hit on apply again, and right now we can see directly what are the numbers for each of the groups we have here. Okay. Now let's hit on OK. Let's do the same for the age group here. Let's right mouse click, go to properties, and for the expression tab here, we're gonna check on values on data points here. Okay, now let's hit on apply, hit on OK, and there we go. So what we can do with these two charts here is to analyze the salary that is received by each of the age group here. For example, if we were to take a look at the younger age group, will be fall under which salary groups here. Okay, so we're gonna select on this age group here, and there we go. We can see there are actually people that receive a higher pay than the rest of the salary group here. Okay, So we can see two of them have actually received the highest pay in terms of salary group. Okay, so this is very interesting, right? Now let's deselect the selection here, and we're gonna select the highest age group here, and we're gonna see the composition of the number of employees by the salary groups. Okay, let's select on this, and this is interesting, right? Because we are expecting the higher age group to be classified under the highest pay group here, but that is not really the case, right? So these are some of the insight that we can gain from these two charts here, right? And maybe we can also change this to a better presentation, right? Because this looks a bit messy, right? So let's right mouse click, go to properties, and let's go to the axis, and we're gonna change these primary dimension labels to be inclined, right? Let's hit on apply, and right now we can see this looks much more better, right? Or we might also can increase the interval here so that we can have a more generic view for this salary group here, right? So let's try to increase our interval by 15,000. Okay, let's hit on OK, hit on apply, let's hit on OK again, and yep, this may be a better presentation than the previous version, right? So yep, that is basically all on how do we create a dashboard here. Okay, so that's all for the tutorial today, and I hope you find all these useful when you are developing your dashboard. Okay, so that's all for today. Thanks and bye bye.